Yo, haha, Mtnificent.
What is good, YouTube? Your boy Mtnificent coming back with another quick video. And today we got the Maniére W.Y.W.S on the Mtnificent channel. These Air Jordan 3s, man, if you're looking for prestige, you're looking for elegance, everything in the Maniére release is all about quality. And that's why I went after the Air Jordan 3 Maniére while you were sleeping. Now, the Air Jordan 3 white version, I don't have that because I parted ways with that, but I believe that was called dedicated to women. So, you know, James Whitner, who basically is kind of like the owner of Maniére, you know, he pays homage to women, at least in that series, paying homage to the women who were influenced to him as he was growing up to help him become, you know, the man that he is today. So that release in itself was dope. It was cool, but I had to make some sacrifices for that shoe. Just, I'll put it this way: if I didn't trade that shoe, I would never get the Kobe 6 Pro Tro, at least the 5 Bruce Lee. So I had to make some sacrifices. I'm just saying. But it is what it is. I had to kind of like regain that whole, let me get back into the whole Maniére series. Now, don't get it twisted. I did the Maniére Air Jordan 12, and I did the Maniére Air Jordan 4. But typically what happens with Maniére, they always use their violet or creamish, blackish colorways and their color blocking scheme for the Jordan Retros. But I can tell you right now, if you're looking for quality and you're looking for, like, I mean, really fancy type of delivery when it comes to Maniére collabs, I think they do one of the best co-collab branding with Jordan Brand. You can put it up with anything, but you will feel like an actual player, professional player, sports player, when you get this Air Jordan 3 while you were sleeping. And I'll say this, Maniére, when it comes to these shoes, you can pretty much wear, I feel like you can wear this no matter what event it is, right? It could be your kid's birthday party. It could be a wedding. It could be, listen, if you want to embarrass your kids at your kid's prom, you could wear Maniére. That's just how good it is. You might even win, look, you know, prom king or prom queen, depending on who's wearing it. That's how good this actual shoe is. It's very, it has elegance towards it. It's just luxury. That's kind of what Maniére as a business is. It sells luxury gear. You got to have the luxury shoes. So, with that said and done, man, let me put this back in. And I will say that I believe that the Maniére Air Jordan 3 while you were sleeping doesn't come with this tag that originally came with some of the other releases like the 12 and the 4. But we'll find out. And typically with Maniére, they have different types of messages, kind of like hidden gems within the shoe, right? And the idea is that they want you to be the best version of yourself, or, you know, or they give you words of encouragement, because you could be a big influence to a lot of other people as well as yourself. So just keep that in mind. Let's get this Maniére Air Jordan 3 while you were sleeping release underway on the Mtnificent channel. And can I say this just for a second? The price point, in my opinion, at least it warrants for the actual release. In terms of shoe presentation, this to me, even looking at the future releases of Jordan Brand and Nike and most other shoes, is probably going to be the shoe presentation box of the year. Hands down, make no mistake about it. In fact, I believe that this shoe in my lineup will be top 3 when it's all said and done for shoe of the year. So let's just kind of open this bad boy up. You can see right now, ooh, man, this is good. It has, ooh, okay. Now listen. I'm not a professional player. I'm regular degular Mtnificent. But at the same time, it just feels that the presentation is dope. And I will say, these like ledges or little hedges, I should say, when they do unfold, you can present this box this way, meaning you can actually, you'll see a video right here, you can actually put this on the table this way. It'll actually balance for an actual presentation. And of course, this is the Maniére. You can see right here, this logo just kind of basically commemorating that this is the 10th year for Maniére's existence. And I believe this is the 5th year they've done a collaboration with Air Jordan. You know what? Let me just turn this thing this way so you guys can see this, man. You got the Converse, Jordan Brand, and Nike logos presented this way. It's kind of embossed. basically there's also other shoes that are going to be releasing. If I'm not mistaken, I'm going to say there's an Air Jordan 39 that's supposed to come out, an Air Jordan 4 that's coming out that I might be actually getting that as well in September. And then you have like a Nike Air Force One, as well as a Converse version. And of course, you got the Maniére Air Jordan 3. So let's just open this bad boy up. We got the flip style lid. Whew. And listen, I'm feeling this. It almost feels like opening a yearbook. That's how good and thick this thing is. But and seeing this, you can see it has the Maniére logo on here. Of course, we got the cloth. We got to remove this, and this is A1. Oh, this is an A1 delivery. And I can tell you right now, I can see where people kind of are. Okay, I see where people's getting at, and I'll get to that momentarily. But the material and feeling this, man, oh man. So let me kind of get this there. I'm gonna put this nice box down here. This is shoe box of the year. This is not, it's not even close in terms of presentation, but you can see right here we got the Maniére Air Jordan 3 while you were sleeping. And you know what? And seeing these pictures of the Nike Air tag, the only time that I can remember that this shoe released with a tag like this, and I actually had to bring these out. If you remember, the Air Jordan 3, I think it was the Tinker Hatfields, if I'm not mistaken, where they kind of customized. So they don't really have the elephant print. It looks like on the Maniére release, they kept that hairy suede just as they did with the dedicated to women Air Jordan 3 version. But you can see right here, man, and looking at this, man, if you want to get an idea of how good the leather quality is on this actual shoe, it's almost like, if you remember the Air Jordan 1 Sports Illustrated, when they came out with the materials for that particular release and the leather felt good, it's basically twice as better. So I'm going to show you a video demonstration, but you can see right here, man, look, let me do this real quick. Let me take this out. And of course, it does come with different style laces, which I'll interchange during the on feed, so you can see that. If I'm not mistaken, these are like cream style laces, as well as that kind of like the whole violet ore lace, as well as the black lace that comes stock with it. Let me just take this out because I do want to show you guys. There is some tissue paper in here to keep the shoe upright in terms of the toe box. And of course, with every Air Jordan 3, you can typically have that air unit in the forefoot, as well as the heel. Except for the heel, you can see the exposed window for the air unit. And of course, this has the leather quality on this. I'm going to show you something real quick. This is how good it is. When you can press down on this shoe and it bounces up just with grace, that's how you know you have good quality leather. I mean, this thing, it feels good. You come up here and it gives you that nubuck feeling in terms of the tongue, and the whole Maniére, the co-branding on this is insane. Of course, you got the stitched Maniére. I didn't realize it was stitched. I thought it was printed. It's stitched Maniére logo, as well as a stitched Air Jordan on the actual tongue. And then when you look at, of course, you do have that tag that's on here. Kind of just basically, it's kind of the same tag that they used on the dedicated to women Air Jordan 3, only like they kind of like minimized it. And of course, on the back, you can see that Maniére 10, just commemorating the 10-year anniversary, with the Nike Air branding on the heel tab. And of course, you do have Maniére logo on the inside of the actual tongue, which is nice. You'll see a video right here, enhanced. The hairy suede that's around here is just, when you feel this kind of towards the heel and the actual around a mud guard, like this feels real good. It does have that two-tone effect where you go back and forth and it kind of changes colors a little bit, but it just in hand, like to see it in pictures, but to see it in hand, it's completely different. Of course, got that classic Air Jordan 3 outsole that you can't go wrong with this. Nike branding on the bottom. It's funny because most of them do have like that. That's what they did with the Tinker Hatfield release. But like I said, even with his, like this Tinker Hatfield created, right? He created the Air Jordan 3. And this, in terms of quality, surpasses this. This has a quilted, I don't know if you can see it up, but the sock liner is quilted. The only thing I'll say about this release that I wish that they did, and it was kind of what they did with the Air Jordan 4. I know a lot of people have mixed reactions towards this, but on the Air Jordan 4, if you remember, most of the A Ma Maniére releases have that quilted sock liner, but this was the first time that I've seen on the Air Jordan 4 where I saw a release where they used the Dream Cell insole that had like the foam cushioning. But look at this. I don't think when you put your feet on this, on the Air Jordan 4, it feels so good. It feels so good. But they gave you that whole polyurethane insole, I believe, on the Air Jordan 3 while you were sleeping. And honestly, most of the polyurethanes that we get in most of these Air Jordan releases, if you were to take it out the actual shoe, it doesn't feel as thick as this. This has a lot of thickness towards it, and it feels really, really good. And of course, you do have A Ma Maniére branding on there. Of course, I'll have a video and picture where it shows while you were sleeping. So I hear that message a lot, and I think I mentioned this in my previous video. While you were sleeping is kind of like, look, while you were sleeping, this is what we were doing. You know, that's kind of the message, that, at least in my mind, when I hear about it. And of course, on most A Ma Maniére releases, specifically the Air Jordan 4 and the Air Jordan 3, there's usually a message behind a heel tab. And you'll see a video or a picture right here. I'm pretty sure there's something back here. And there is. And it reads, do something about it. So that message, the way it resonates with me, the way I see that message, or at least the way I kind of retain it, is it's one thing to say something, but it's another thing to do something, right? You can say what you're going to do, but it's another thing to do it. Once you do it, boom, your work basically in life kind of speaks for itself. So we can talk about what we want to do, but doing something I think is more beneficial. That's kind of what I got with that message, do something about it, with the silver engraving kind of on the back of the heel tab. And man, I'm telling you right now, this is... I am so happy to have this in the lineup, just because I of course, just like every other A Ma Maniére release, typically when I go to certain functions, I always bust out the A Ma Maniére because it kind of gives you that luxury, or at least that luxurious feeling when you're going out to places. And it's basically just the whole professionalism. I mean, honestly, you could probably wear these in your work, right? At the work, office job, stuff like that. Because of just the quality, the presentation, the execution. Again, I know what some people were saying about this shoe because they weren't. To me, I feel like it's a great shoe. What people were saying they wish they changed up on here is the whole creamish midsole. People were saying that this was painted, and it kind of, actually it is. But they wish that this, honestly, you know what though, I'm going to say that to say this. People didn't like the midsole on here, but then you got to keep that same energy with the Air Jordan 4, because, I mean, I'm looking at it, it's kind of the same color blocking scheme, unless I'm seeing this wrong. Look at the Air Jordan 4. Air Jordan 4 has the same kind of like creamish midsole, no? But I guess just because of the whole Air Jordan 3, some people were hoping that this would be like the whole violet ore. Basically what you're seeing, the color variation on the top. And honestly, some people also like that glossy effect that they use for the black painting on the Air Jordan 4 versus this kind of like flat, matte black painting, if that makes sense. But honestly, listen, to each his own. You can't please everybody, but I'm telling you right now, I am a very satisfied customer to have the Air Jordan 3 A Ma Maniére back in the lineup, as well as the Air Jordan 4 and the Air Jordan 12. Again, I may be going after the Air Jordan 4. I thought I was going to keep that same energy and saying that, you know what, the Air Jordan 4 A Ma Maniére while you were sleeping, when that releases, I may not go after it, and then I'll just keep lying to myself. So, and seeing those pictures and the videos, again, it's just one of those things. When you get an A Ma Maniére shoe, you're getting the best in quality. I promise you. But your boy Mtnificent, let's do that on feet so you can see the interchange with the different laces. Of course, you see the stock laces, but I'll put the cream laces and the violet ore. And I think they call this like, I want to say pewter black or pewter gray, if I should say, something like that. Whatever they labeled it on Nike Sneakers app, which actually it releases today, and I'm pretty sure it's sold out. Also, before I go, when you look at the laces, I love this message. Love it. And it basically just says, and you'll see a picture, it says work harder. Work harder. Or you can actually look at it as harder work. See, it kind of works both ways. So, hey, it is what it is. But your boy Maniére, man, comment below. Let me know what you think of the Air Jordan 3. I'm a Maniére while you were sleeping. Did you cop? Were you able to cop? Listen, Nike, appreciate it. Thank you. James Whitner, keep doing what you're doing with these collabs. Keep spreading the positivity. I'm pretty sure you are a big and huge influence to a lot of people around the world. But your boy Maniére, man, I am out. Let's do that on feed. And you guys, stay blessed.